Hey guys, you read that right. So yeah, this is how to be taller naturally. I know some of you might believe in it, but this actually works. But yeah, I'll get straight into it. Number one, hanging exercises. Everyone tells you this. If you look up online, you'll hear this. You just hang for a few seconds. But I usually do pull-ups every single day, especially because I sleep in sometimes sleep in a fetal position, like a lot of people do. If you sleep on your side and you're curled up, your body naturally becomes adapts to the stress you put it under. So if you're always curled up or crouched over, then you're gonna your body's gonna think, oh, okay, this is the natural position. I'll keep like this the whole time. But yeah, if you stretch out your ligaments and your joints and your body just from hanging. I love doing hanging exercises, pull-ups I do every single morning, because I feel the crack in my back. I do it so I hang. I let my body drop as soon as I go down for pull-ups, and that you might hear a crack in your back, and it feels so good to do every time I do that every morning, or anytime I get up ready for work. But yeah, I usually do pull-ups. Pull-ups are the best, and then hang for like a few seconds, and then you feel your entire body, the latissimus dorsi, your entire body. You feel it stretch out the entire muscle, and it isn't just that; it's also the ligaments as well. You feel your bone. Your bones don't crack. It's just air. I think they say it's gas escaping from the ligaments, and you need to stretch out your ligaments, especially if you've been sleeping for 8 hours and you've been curled up. So the best way to start off in the morning is to do some pull-ups like this, like shoulder width or arms wide like this, and then you let your body crack, and then you hang for like a few seconds. So yeah, and let your whole body just hang, and you feel your entire body stretch out, and your core stretched out and everything. This video is also going to be a lot of things you might not have heard before, like stretching out your doing core exercises and doing squats. Like you see here, I'm pretty told I've been doing squats every single day, and I'm not tall, but I appear taller because I look more streamlined and taller. But yeah, this is number 2, ab exercises. Because a lot of people, you're not short, you just have bad posture. Especially from this day and age, with everyone looking on their cell phone. People are crouched over on their cell phone, and they have their head crouched down, curled down, and it creates like a hunchback. But number one that fixes that, honestly, if you just try this, I know you probably won't believe me, but if you just do ab exercises every single day, you feel more confident. There's no reason. I mean, there's a reason why Bruce Lee. You never see Bruce Lee. He focused. He had probably the best core ever. He always focused on ab exercises. You never see Bruce Lee crouched over. He always had a confident posture. I mainly do ab exercises because it just makes my confidence. It makes my chest stand out. It makes my head feel like it's held high, because you're focusing on your core, and your core is your foundation of your body. It's like a building. If a building, doesn't have strong beams and core, then the building's going to collapse. So number 2, just try it. Have a strong core, and that's the best. Number 3 is flexibility training. But yeah, and even the body, even when you have a strong core, you do have a strong six-pack, you just do sit-ups every day or a few leg raises every day. Sometimes I just do a few leg raises, 100 leg raises every day. And you feel like you have control over your whole entire body. You're much more agile, you're much more athletic, rather than and I know this by testing it, because I went months without it and I felt like I was unable to do kicks and punches and have control over my body like the way I could. I got out of breath easily. But the core is like your battery. You build up a strong toned six-pack and core, just do sit-ups or leg raises. I remember I did that every single day when I was in jiu-jitsu and kickboxing practice, and I had unlimited energy, and I was just wondering, why have I got unlimited energy? It was also from the swimming that I was raised up on, but also the ab acts like a battery. You can just it's hard to explain. It's like extra muscle that you use to have complete control over your entire body for kicks and punches and everything athletic. But yeah, flexibility training, you have to do flexibility every single day. I do, fold myself in half every single day. This is the best stretch, the cat stretch, the one that I love. It feels so good on the lower back, and once it feels good, you look good. You feel good. Those two things are all in line. So do some flexibility. You don't have to go crazy. I just do, sometimes just 10 minutes of flexibility training after working out my muscles. because it's like a muscle is like a a muscle when you work it out. I looked onto this in Athlean X. The best way to do flexibility is after training, because during training you're beating your muscle, and after you beat your muscle, it's like you're beating meat, and after that you need to stretch out your muscle, and then your muscle recovers to have all the cells in line. This is number 4. Wear a backpack to help your posture. Like I said, most people these day and age, they have the posture like this guy on the right. The back's curved over. Even me, I did boxing training for a long time. I think there's months when I went through ab exercises. I was reading on the magazine, the fitness magazine, saying, "Oh no, you don't need to do ab exercises. You don't need to do flexibility because you do ab exercises when you do deadlifts and all this kind of stuff." So I went, okay. I went months without it, and I felt big and swollen, but it also created a hunchback posture because I had big muscles on my back, and you need muscle equilibrium. You need a good front and a good back as well, because the back is the biggest muscle on the entire body. And during boxing, during kickboxing, I felt like I had to release tension on the back because that is the most durable muscle in the entire body. The muscle connected to the, I think it's the back and the shoulder, that is the most durable muscle. Like you see David Goggins, and even me, I could do pull-ups all day, every day. If you ask anyone, you can do pull-ups, you can do 10 reps, then you can do rest again, and you can do more reps. You can't do that with any other exercise. You can't, do push-ups all day or do sit-ups all day or squats all day. Well, I mean, you can, but the pull-ups is the number one, because that muscle connecting your shoulder to your back, the boxers use the most of. You see boxers have the best, the back muscles, because it's the most durable muscle. You can pause it and you can keep going. But I'm wearing a backpack, obviously, that straightens out your posture, helps your chest out and your head held high. But yeah, and I realised when I was doing the, trying to look big and bulky, my posture was like a hunchback. And then I went back to doing these bodyweight squats and ab exercises, and I realised why I looked and felt so good. Like I had complete control over my entire body. Like here, I look tall, I look more streamlined, I look a lot fitter, and and I have the muscles that girls are attracted to. The bum muscles. That's secretly the most attractive muscle to women. And I felt like I have complete energy and control. But when I did the gym, using the big heavy weights, eating a lot of protein, I was big and bulky, and I appeared shorter because I was crouched over, hunchback. It felt hard work lugging around my body, and we aren't supposed to be like that. We aren't supposed to be like gorillas. Gorillas are supposed to be gorillas. They lounge around and eat bananas all day, but we're supposed to be athletic endurance athletes. We're supposed to be, conquerors, travelers, hunters, gatherers. We're built for that. And here, every single day, I do bodyweight squats in the shower, just multiple reps. I've stopped doing like long, hard, barbell squats and all that kind of stuff, because whenever I did that, I felt like whenever I left the gym, I think I went months reading fitness magazines saying, yeah, you're supposed to leave the gym swollen and not being able to walk, and don't do ab exercises, and you don't need to do ab exercises, you don't need to do bodyweight squats, because you do that with just barbell squats. And I left the gym feeling swollen, wobbling. I know a lot of people might leave the gym feeling that way, wobbling, and that creates a posture where you're kind of curved over, and you're not supposed to be that way. We're supposed to be endurance athletes. And number 6, you probably hear this in all the fitness magazines, is swimming. Swimming, obviously, I was a champion swimmer in England for high school. I represented my high school doing butterfly. I swam. I think my mum threw me in the pool when I was little. I was born with asthma. I was in hospital for the first 2 years of my life because I had severe asthma, and they said the one thing they'll get rid of that is swimming. So my mum literally threw me in the pool. Said, okay, if he swims, he swims. If he doesn't, he dies. Yeah, And then since then, I learned to swim since I was a baby, and I represented Manchester for my age group when I was a teenager in butterfly, and I was champion butterfly for many years, swimmer. And I was obviously champion butterfly swimmer. I didn't know that because I had a strong core. I had a strong abs. I did sit-ups every single day, and obviously with swimming, you're stretching out your ligaments every single day. You're stretching out your muscles. You're pushing down, and you're also, you're having good posture because you have to lift your head up the entire time. I also, but I was wondering why I was so good at butterfly. Why am I the best at butterfly? Like I used to beat people. I represent my high school, and I used to beat other high schools. We did 2 lengths of each swimming stroke, so by the second length, I would finish, and they would still be at the first length. And it's because I think remember when I went to an all boys school, and they were always saying, "Oh yeah, you get a good six pack." I used to watch Bruce Lee movies and thought, "Oh, he has a good six pack." So I thought, okay, I just do sit ups every single day, and I did sit ups every single day, and I didn't realize the effect it was having on swimming. It made me explosive in swimming and kickboxing. I did kickboxing after swimming because swimming builds up like the best energy. If you're looking out for overall athletic ability, to ask anyone older, who's into science and fitness, they'll tell you swimming is the best. Because I had built up a strong core, and every single day because butterfly, you are using your core. You're not just using your arms and your legs. The number one exercise you're using is your core, because you need to keep afloat. You need to have total control over your entire body and keep on moving it. And all power comes from the core, no matter what anyone says. And it isn't just core. Your core isn't just your abs. It's also your bum, your hips. That's why I'm saying to do bodyweight squats as well, also, because that builds a streamlined physique. You look at Cristiano Ronaldo. He looks really tall. Look at his legs. He's doing squats all the time. He's focused on leg exercises. But yeah, try not to focus too much on these rugby players say who focus on weight squats.